Just after midnight on the 6th of June 1944, 6 Horsa gliders were released from their Halifax plain tows. They had been in the air for slightly over an hour, heading south from England. Their objective was the capture of 2 bridges crossing 2 rivers on the eastern extreme of the expected Allied beachhead. The importance of this task was undeniable. With the bridges left open, the possibility for the enemy to move armour reinforcements from the eastern strongpoint of Calais, which is where the Axis expected an amphibious assault, and then strike at the Allied beachhead was a risk the Allies couldn't leave unchecked. At midnight, the first glider came crashing down to earth, ending up in the barbed wire surrounding the first bridge. 2 more gliders came down minutes after. 2 of the disembarked platoons headed for the bridge, while another closed in to attack the trenches nearby. Lieutenant Brotheridge's platoon was the first to assault the bridge over the Caen canal. Alerted by the first shots from the Allied assault, the Germans, who had not been on full alert, quickly reorganised and opened up on the attackers with 2 machine gun positions. Brotheridge's platoon quickly silenced both defensive points with grenades and Bren fire. They proceeded to cross the bridge and exchange fire with defenders on the other side. Lieutenant Smith's platoon followed next. Crossing the river, and both platoons using grenade and submachine gun fire cleared all resistance around the Caen Canal Bridge less than 10 minutes after landing. At the Orne River, the first glider touched down at 20 minutes past midnight. Led by Lieutenant Fox, they crept forward to the bridge, only to be attacked by an MG-34. The British responded by setting up and firing a 2-inch mortar. They managed to clear the bridges of defenders and capture it minutes later. Once the capture of both bridges were complete, Lieutenant Brotheridge was discovered to have been killed in the assault. He was the first casualty of the D-Day invasion. All other platoon commanders had been injured in the assault, leaving Major John Howard and platoon sergeants to prepare defences for the inevitable counterattack. At 10 to 1 in the morning, 30 minutes after the capture of the bridges, the rest of the 6th Airborne Division appeared overhead. Shattered reinforcements began to arrive, guided to the bridge by Major John Howard signalling Morse code V, V for victory, on his whistle. The closest large German unit to the canal bridge was the 2nd Battalion, 192nd Panzer Grenadier Regiment. It was mobilised and ordered to recapture the bridges as soon as possible. At 2 a.m, the vanguard of the regiment moved in position around the Caen Canal Bridge. Once in range, the leading Panzer IV was struck and destroyed by the defenders' only working anti-tank weapon. The stowed ammo was hit, creating a large explosion, forcing the rest of the attackers to withdraw. At 3 a.m, the 8th Heavy Company of the 192nd Panzer Grenadier Regiment attacked from the south. The paratroopers were forced back and the Germans established their own defensive positions close to the bridge, but were unable to break the British line. They dug in and waited for tank support before moving forward again. The Germans fired mortar rounds and machine guns at the paratroopers and attempted small assaults on their position throughout the night. During dawn light, the Germans attacked again with tank support, causing considerable problems to the British defenders. Eventually 13 of the 17 Panzer IVs were destroyed and the British counterattacked, fighting the Germans in house-to-house combat. Just after midday, the 21st Panzer Division received permission to attack and recapture the bridges. Unfortunately for the Germans, the advancing column of armour was spotted by Allied aircraft, causing heavy losses which stopped their assault. At 1:30 in the afternoon, the defenders of the bridge could hear the sound of bagpipes. Reinforcements from the 1st Commando Brigade, fresh off the beaches of Normandy, had come to strengthen the tired airborne defenders. Bringing supplies, heavier weaponry and armoured support, the bridge was now solidly defended. At around midnight, 24 hours after the paratroopers landed in Normandy, they were finally relieved by the 2nd Battalion of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. The paratroopers left the bridge to find their battalion headquarters.
I believe that's the last of them. Excellent work, lads. Bloody well done.